Hello and good evening, everybody. My name is Regina Samaripa Aguilar. I'm a current senior at Mendez High School, and I have known Ms. Grijalva since my sophomore year. As a teacher, she shows endless support to her students in and out of the classroom. In that same year, I was going through a series of personal issues, which led to the loss of the great majority of my friends and a self-isolation. That year, Ms. Grijalva was my support system. She was a friend who actually cared about my emotional well-being. I found solace in the vivid and colorful posters which adorned her classroom, and whether we were simply talking about our motherlands or discussing a book in which we both liked, I knew that Ms. Grijalva cared in a way that not many did for myself. She was kind, she listened, and most importantly, she didn't pity me. She simply let me be while providing unconditional support. She became like family. In that same year, she introduced me to CCEJ's Building Bridges camp, and through that experience, I found my first steps into healing and self-love. In that same camp session, some of my peers sought her support to start my school's first Gender and Sexuality Alliance, or GSA. In GSA, our students have challenged a culture of hate and created a safe space for lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer, and their allies at our school. Most recently, GSA fought fiercely to open our school's first gender-neutral restroom, and under the guidance of Ms. Grijalva, in this fall that was finally accomplished. Outside of the Mendez community, she is the board chair of Las Fotos Project, a nonprofit organization that aims to empower young women through photography. And she runs on Wednesdays with the Boyle Heights Bridge Runners, and I know this because she often gives me a ride home. All in all, Ms. Grijalva is an avid advocate for her community, her school, her students, and all those in her personal and impersonal life. With that being said, it is my pleasure to introduce Emily Grijalva as one of this year's Jean Lentzner's Human Relations Award recipients. Please welcome.
Good evening. So I'm used to talking to youth. Adults are a little scary. But thank you, Regina, for your kind words. As mentioned, my name is Emily Grijalva, and I'm a proud educator at Mendez High School in Boyle Heights. I'm also a proud daughter of my mother, Ondina, sitting over there, who immigrated from Guatemala. To provide my sister and I with opportunities that she could only dream of. I'm also a proud mother of Diego and Elena, who are also sitting over there. And I am definitely a proud GSA sponsor, and I'd like to have my students stand for recognition because they're amazing. These students are my source of inspiration and the reason I am here. One of my favorite quotes is, "Ten cuidado con el presente que construyes, debe parecerse al futuro que sueñas." Translated, it means, be careful with the present you are building. It should look like the future you are dreaming. Similarly, I'm also guided by that saying that we often see in social media, be the adult your younger self needed. What was the adult that I needed when I was young and a teenager? I was definitely struggling with depression, anxiety, a loss of sense of self, wanting to see my identities affirmed in my classroom, and unfortunately they were not. I know I had well-meaning teachers, but during the time that I went to school, and like many of you, mental health and intersectionality, that was just not discussed in a classroom setting. So when I decided to become an educator, I knew that that would be important to me, to make sure that I would center mental health and work every day to affirm and reflect my students' identities. So I am definitely grateful to be able to do what I do every day. I get to be that adult my younger self needed. I get to build a future that I dream of. And it is through working with the youth, my students, and providing them with the support they need, but also learning from them. They actually pretty much know what they need and what they want, and I learned to definitely be there for them and listen more than anything. I am very thankful for restorative justice. This year I'm the restorative justice coordinator at our school. And I have learned so much through CCEJ and their trainings. Their practitioners are amazing. Also, as they mentioned, right, all the students that I brought attended Building Bridges. And together we had meaningful discussions about our identities, how to be an ally to those different from us, and how to challenge oppressive systems. I appreciate CCEJ's support, their social justice values, and for showing up for youth. I encourage all of you to show up for youth and to be the adult your younger self needed. Because I absolutely admire CCEJ's work and I hope to continue learning from their amazing staff, I am truly honored to receive this award. Thank you.